how can I be so dependent on the way this person talks to me to feel this way? Like, why am I dependent on that person to feel good about myself? You should never be dependent on anybody. And if it keeps happening and there's someone close to you, then we start talking about those boundaries. Go back to that step 2 we're talking about.
Hello and welcome to the Faster Freedom Show. My name is Sam.
And I'm Lucas.
And Lucas, we are going to talk today about people with a victim mentality, and we're basically going to describe you.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't think that's accurate, Sam, as usual.
As usual. Well, we're going to talk about the victim mentality and kind of get into a little bit of a mindset topic. We definitely are always talking real estate business, and this applies to both of those things, having their strong mindset. I've been a mindset guy for a while now. Lucas is finally coming around. All right, so Lucas, I see the victim mentality probably a little bit more than you do.
Why you say that?
Because social media. I'm on social media a little bit more. So that's
you
where
see it from arm's length, but like comments and direct messages and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Somebody, Shane's mom, earmuff, somebody just messaged me last night this morning. Or I looked at this morning.
Shane's mom messaged you. But what'd you
No.
say?
No. At 10:30 last night, all it said was pussy. That's all it said. No.
Like, you are a pussy?
I don't know. All it said was that. And then I looked at the profile picture. Guy, he's like a Hispanic gentleman sitting with his 2 daughters on his lap. I just deleted. I didn't even show it as read. I just saw it before it was read. So I was like,
a regular guy calling you a pussy.
Victim mentality there. I don't understand it. Anyway, so that just is the stuff that I get on social media. And a lot of it is this victim mentality, like, oh, you had this or you had that, or you're white, so you had a better chance than I did, and all these things. So a lot of victim mentality that I get. But there's 2 stories I want to start out with, Lucas, that are like telling people that they're just being victims of their own accord. So Eunice, a gentleman in our mentorship.
Yeah.
He came over from Africa in the foster care system. He was shot in a drive-by. He was stabbed 27 times. He dropped out of high school, and he is 22 years old, and he owns 60 rental units and has flipped over 50 houses and wholesaled over 50. And people think they had it tougher than he did. And then there's also this gentleman named Chris. He owned a sign company, and during COVID, it was doing really bad, so he started to create Facebook groups for free. He has a phone, internet, and started creating Facebook groups, and now he has over 200,000 people in his Facebook group and is monetizing them. So the point is, like, everybody here has a phone, so they could have done that. So if they haven't made it, if they're listening, they have a phone, I feel like. So everybody listening has a phone.
Well, I was saying because I dropped mine in the bottom of the lake and I did not have a phone.
Yes, we'll get into that. So anyways, I just think those are perfect examples of people that had it worse off or different situations than every single person that has a victim mentality, and they figured it out anyway. So what a general victim mentality looks like is they blame other people. They're super negative. It's always somebody else's fault. They're not where they want to be, not because of them, but because of some external force that they can't control. And guess what? You can't control external forces, neither can I. But what can you control, Lucas?
Your own actions and your own beliefs and your own thoughts.
How you react to them, exactly, So anyways, I think I want to throw that definition out there.
No, I love that.
What a victim actually is.
I think, those that complaining, gosh, it's the worst. And we were talking about it in our leadership meeting this week, but how it's kind of a trigger for me. I don't know why, but it is. And I give people benefit of the doubt when it's intermittent, like not very often. But if it's a consistent pattern, we got to figure something else out, because I cannot be surrounded by those type of people who are constantly complaining about things, and then also when they complain, they direct blame to other people or other external forces. It is probably the worst and most draining thing to be around as a person.
It's annoying. You want to know one of the biggest pet peeves for me is when they're putting up a new building, like if they're building like a little strip center or a bank or whatever, and they don't put up a sign of what it's going to be.
Oh, that's the worst.
What about a victim mentality? I guess relationships, we already kind of covered that. And finances is the one we usually see, because we talk business, we talk real estate, and good or bad, finances are a measuring stick. You're able to do things, and that's how people view the world through financial lenses most of the time. So give me some financial ones.
I can see it in the forms of looking at other financially successful people and almost not liking them because they're financially successful, and just building that hate for some reason. But then also on the external factor side, blaming the real estate market, or blaming the Federal Reserve for the interest rates, or
lower those, please.
The government for your taxes. There's so many different things you can blame on a financial spectrum that you can't control. So why would you spend all your energy and effort complaining about those things instead of working within the system that you have to go create financial freedom for yourself.
Exactly. And I think another huge one is education. Most of the wealthiest people we know aren't have like this high formal education. And if anything, almost the opposite. So I think victims are just, I don't know enough. And I think that's a horrible excuse because you have a phone again and internet and you're able to access pretty much anything you want with YouTube or whatever. So education's not a good. What about health, Lucas? What are some victimized people, how they do health?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. It's probably man, you've had a lot of good examples already from the victim side of things today, parenting and health.
Yeah, I was going to throw my health in. I had my alarm set this morning for 5:45 to get up and go to the gym, but I was awake last night from 1 to 3:30, and I turned it off.
Yeah,
excuse.
And that's okay. And health is not always exercising,
correct,
right? You know,
that's what I'm focused on. Yeah.
There's a lot of times where sleep is more important than working out.
Agreed.
So that's important to realize and not beat yourself up and become a victim of yourself because you can't get to the gym every single day. Like, it's okay. Sleep in one day, get some sleep. But yeah, it's a lot to that. I'm too busy to go to the gym. The gym's too expensive. And instead of just like creating your own little walking trail or a full body workout at home or something, I'm too tired. Gosh, what else? Eating healthy is too expensive. But you can go eat fast food.
Or too convenient is the big thing. I think the big thing is eating healthy is just a little more inconvenient, I think.
Yeah.
I like it. And then I like this one. This is you. Do you journal? I know we read your thing at Freedom Fest. Remember we read your thing at Freedom Fest?
Yeah, I used to do it a lot. I haven't done it much recently.
I just started writing every morning 5 things you're grateful for, and then I create like a success list of 5 things I want to do that day. Beautiful. I did it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's it.
Yeah,
I gotta get back at it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that just starting to, I think what I was saying was you get that, you see the results, and I think if you're journaling, you can maybe see the results.
Yeah.
If you don't feel them, and you journal every day for, let's say you do a month where you're gonna try to change your mindset, you're gonna create a plan of things you're gonna do, and then you're gonna journal. If you do that, you could probably go back to like day 2 or 3 if you're 30 days in, and maybe you don't feel a ton different, but looking at how you're writing, what you're writing, you might see that, and that might be the trigger that, look at what I was saying, what I was writing, and it's just been 30 days, and I already feel like I'm better. I didn't see it, because gradual change, usually you don't see when somebody slowly gains weight or slowly loses weight. Yeah. Like, you know, when you see, when I see people that you're like, oh my gosh, they don't look like the same person when they lost 50, 60 pounds, but if you see them every day, you don't notice it as much.
Yeah, very similar. And I think the things you were writing about are important. What you're grateful for and your success list. It's not 5 things I'm going to complain about today.
My 6-pack.
It's not.
I'm grateful for it.
You're grateful for it in your large biceps.
Massive.
So what you write about and put into your mind is how you're going to feel. So I think it starts there with those type of things that you want to put in your mind, not the things that are going to poison yourself.
Yeah, so being positive and whether it's gratitude journal or just like a journal about like just, and again, I guess this kind of goes with what you're saying, but just, it doesn't even have to be a affirmations or like a gratitude, just kind of write about your day, but just write it in a positive tone. Like you can control what you write. So if you're thinking about writing something negative, just write something positive, and then I think that will add up. All right, so we already went through those, change your peer group, get some accountability, and then volunteer. So why don't you explain that one a little bit?
Yeah, I think it comes back. It goes back to a little bit what you're talking about. Some of those people who've gone through so much. So to me, this is not my favorite reason to volunteer. Let me start that.
Okay.
But it is powerful. Okay. You know, I think it's important to volunteer to truly help those and give people.
So you're saying it's a selfish volunteer?
I feel like that's the reason most people volunteer is to gain perspective and realize my life's not this bad, which is okay. That is super important, especially in like children, because it's hard to really paint that picture. Like we as adults, we have logic and the understanding to know it can be way worse than how we're living right now. You know what I mean? So, but it is a powerful tool of volunteering to kind of see, you know, what it's like to not live like yourself and how bad some people truly have it and some real challenges in life.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, that's why a lot of people do like missions and things like that, down to foreign countries, Haiti, Guatemala, other just South America countries where they are like seeing how people that like are the happiest the kids ever and they don't have a phone. They don't have much clothes. They don't have much food. Literally, you know,
shelters
are
lacking.
ecstatic to get a concrete, you know, 10 by 10 house.
Yeah.
And are like thinking that they are literally happier than people that are multimillionaires.
Yeah.
So a lot of that is just that external measurement. You're measuring yourself against other people, and a lot of what we're reading kind of in Gap in the Gain right now is just measuring stick is external and it's shallow and it's material. You're never going to get ahead that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button, comment with something you learned, and make sure to subscribe to this channel. We give away more free advice on how to create wealth based on things we actually do every single day than any other channel on YouTube. Make sure to share this with a friend because our mission is to inspire you to think differently about freedom.